We asked Kawa and Baker if they believe that the new one-drop Tinkerbell, Fancy Footwork, will see play in the upcoming metagame.
One of the best Ruby cards of the set, in my opinion. I think this card is really good. It's strictly better than what we had previously. Previously, we had, I believe it was Toby, which is a 1-cost.
Toby! Justice for Toby, man!
Yeah.
He did nothing wrong!
Yeah, 1-cost uninkable 3/1 that quested for 1. So this is just strictly better. The card is now inkable. Biggest thing with this card is compare this to something like a Captain Hook, where this is like a 3/1 and Hook is kind of a 3/2. But with the Tinkerbell, you can actually freely quest, and because of that 3 strength, no matter what hits into it, it's probably going to be taking it out in the early game, which is super, super, super significant. Also sets up some interesting shift lines. We have got the new Ruby Tinkerbell, which I think is interesting, but if you want to play a Ruby Steel deck, this is like a really good card that you can shift on. The only slight downside I'll say about this card, and it's not really a downside, but if we start to see Blue Steel come into the meta with the 6-cost Tinkerbells that are going to be dealing 1 to take this out, if we see Malicious, Mean, and Scary, these are some cards that will answer the Tinkerbell if it remains on the board. So I think the most important thing to realize with this card is, when should I just quest? When should I just say, either I make a challenge, get my value, or just questing with this for 1. The value you can get from this card is still pretty good if you're making one of your opponent's characters trade into this Tinkerbell. So it's such a simple card, such simple stats, but I really, really like it, and definitely one of the best tools that Ruby got, in my opinion.
I agree completely. Like the fact you can quest into things, and even if you curve into Lumiere, then you can even quest into Lexington, which is pretty cool. And again, because of this stat line, like even Red Blue can play this, and like if Red Blue manages to banish a Diablo and then trade with the 2-drop 3/3, then they're happy. Like a 2-for-1 out of your 1-drop. I agree. I am less sold on the Floodborn. I was excited for her, and like I don't think it's her time yet. Maybe outside of a Ruby Steel deck, there's probably something there, a Challenge Matters deck. But the 1-drop, I love. My only negative for her is that she is strictly worse than Rafiki if your opponent plays Aurora on turn 1, because that you want to take out the Aurora after they've done their quest. So then you are just trading, which hey, sometimes that's just fine. But the benefit of something like a Rafiki is obviously then you do leave an extra body on the board. But I think more than 50% of the time, you will be glad for the 3/1 stat line against most other decks. So yeah, this is the one. Like, I'm on 7 1-drops and I'm on 4 of this 3 Rafiki. So I think this is absolutely the superior one.